Now streaming on Disney Plus. Watch as the most badass bounty hunter in the galaxy has been recast in his own series by the Mandalorian. I thought I was watching the Boba Fett show. What am I watching? See him hang out on the Ringworld from Halo. Watch him reenact fanfic when he goes nuts in a meatpacking plant with a lightsaber. Go through airport security.
I'm sorry, sir. You can't board a commercial flight with your weapons.
Be annoyed on a long-distance flight.
Ready to have your mind blown?
And buy a used starfighter from Amy Sedaris.
This is a pile of junk.
And then see him get pulled over by the space police.
Was I doing something wrong, officer?
Tamir Morrison. Pedro Pascal stars in this episode of The Mando Book of Boba Fett-Lorian? All that, and we don't even get to see Baby Yoda. You know what? F*** this show. Seriously.
Finally, a chicken I can put my blessing behind. Say yes to Pope Yes Chicken, the official chicken of Pope Abaiga. The only chicken you'll need for your salvation. Even that Shlomo guy likes it.
Oh yeah, that's my stuff.
Say yes to Pope Yes. It's heavenly.
Coming up on the CW, it's prom night, and love is in the air.
Until it's time to throw down.
Sam and Miguel share a tender moment.
But look who's crashing the party.
Watch as young couples share a romantic dance.
And fight. And dance fight.
Be sure to watch an extra special episode
of Kung Fu High Prom Night. Captain's log, stardate 33-647.47. We've been orbiting a Class M gravitational anomaly for days. The Enterprise is crippled. We cannot go to warp because the parking brake is on. The straits have never been more dire. Pike exits the turbolift and sits down on the bridge. We will not fire our phasers because this is Starfleet. We do not leave people or aliens behind us, especially mushrooms. The crew falls in love with Pike. Pike does not notice that the crew has fallen in love with him. Here at Starfleet, we believe in compassion, service, sacrifice. Maybe God and science too. I believe in love. I am in love with a horse. Number 1 kicks his butt. Pike is confused and ethical. Back at the Academy, I Bixar Darks Zimdlif Dudgubuk Piffle Bleak. The Universal Translator has malfunctioned.
Zirkvin Dobeep Jeglurg Zoop.
Brugdoffel kämpft Gleben Jirpop. The turbolift enters and the chief medical officer enters. Where is the captain of the space vehicle Enterprise? Pike is suddenly kidnapped by aliens. Bom, 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 bom. It's nap time. Bom, 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 bom. Captain Pike. Bom, 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 bom. Baby Yoda. Bom, bom, bom. Sticky Worlds. Bom, bom, bom. Really sucks bad. Bom, bom, bom. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Bom, bom, bom. Foxy Love. Bom, bom, bom. Join together. Bom, bom, bom. WNBC. Bom, bom, bom. I'm in the morning. Bom, bom, bom. Heard it, House in the morning, WNBC, WNBC, 66 WFAN, House in the morning, WNBC. How's it going, everybody? Hey, Senior Sticks is in the chat. How you doing? Andrew Helms in chat. Liam Neeson's chin. Pick Leg Pete. I wonder if Rob is going to comment on the national tampon shortage. I was unaware that there is one. Yeah, apparently.
I had no problem getting mine.
Mhm. Crimson Wolf, how you doing? Oh boy. Where do we begin? Well, okay, let's start with the stuff that we do like. Okay?
Orville.
Yeah, we're gonna start with the Orville. It's inexplicable to me how this show just keeps getting better. No, I can explain it. It's because people actually they actually care. They actually care and they give a damn. So we find out today that they're on the verge. Find out on this. You're serious about the national? I don't doubt that you are, Peg like Pete. There's a national tampon shortage. So this episode of the Orville, we find out that the admiral, I can't remember what his name is, Admiral Paul or something. Admiral Paul, close enough. Captain April. Andrew Helm says he just started watching the Orville after the first. He's hooked after the first episode, as was I. Let me tell you, Andrew Helm. A couple years ago, when the show first debuted, and we first saw the previews, the upcoming trailers, we said, "Oh boy, it looks like Galaxy Quest," and they sold the show as a comedy, and it got absolutely savaged by the critics. And then when it finally premiered, I was like, "Oh boy, this is going to be a disaster." Then when it premiered, I said, "What's wrong with this? What show are these guys watching? This is pretty good." And then it just kept getting better and better and better and better. The moment that it really just made me say, "Wow!" It made me say, like, "Okay, this is something special." Was the second episode where Bortus's child, they wanted to have gender reassignment surgery because they're from an all male culture, so they wanted to have gender reassignment surgery for their child. And Bortus watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and he took entirely the wrong lessons from it, but he was still right. And so they lost the case in the Mocklin court, advocating for the child. And they show at the end of the episode, they say, "Oh, he will decide who he is when he for himself when he grows up." And they showed and they put the toy of Rudolph in the crib with what's Bortus's kid name? I can't remember what Bortus's kid's name is. What is Bortus's kid's name? Bortus child. Topa. They put the Rudolph toy in the crib with Topa. It just made me go, "Oh my God. They've out Roddenberry." There it is. This shot right here. Oh, it's a GIF. That's a GIF. Let me see if I can just find a screenshot. They kept coming back to it too. I mean, they kept coming back to this idea that, let me put it up there anyway as a GIF. But that was the moment that made me say, "Oh my God, they've just out Gene Roddenberry. Holy cow!" I'm like, "This is something special." And as I said to myself, this is going to be one to remember, this show, because they just right there, that moment encapsulates everything I love about the Orville. It is so good. It's just everything. Well, yeah, there's better episodes. I can honestly say there hasn't been a bad episode of the Orville. Some are better than others, but there has not been yet a bad episode of the Orville. Bob Bortus, Topa. Nitpicking Nerd is in the chat. Hey, Nitpicking Nerd. Love the channel. How you doing?
Well, he's good.
He's very good. Nitpicking Go. Everybody go. If you haven't already, go subscribe to Nitpicking Nerd. He's very, very, very good.
Anything that's funny on my channel, we probably accidentally stole from him. So if we have a complete and utter accident, he's so much better.
Yes. So anyway, nitpicking nerd, nothing but love for you, man. So, like I said, very great is a great channel, and he's got a cool accent. Love the accent. And to him, I have the accent. So anyway, so yeah, nitpicking nerd, like I said, can't praise you enough. So anyway, like I said, so this is the moment, like I said, this is the moment really that hooked me, and it just kept getting better and better. And season 2 got even better than that, and it just keeps getting better. And I was afraid that now with the longer format, now they have an extra 15 minutes to fill. Oh, these are the notes here from Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
These are the notes from Obi-Wan. So yeah, they are funny, and I will run down them actually as we get in. So this episode of the Orville, we have the Krill and the Planetary Union entering into an alliance because of the Kalon. Now they're going to grant the Planetary Union permission to explore their regions of their space. However, they say once the Kalon have been defeated, everything's, then all bets are off. We're gonna go back. Okay, fine. So we find out Admiral Paul here and Claire have had a history together, and they, he hasn't taken his wedding ring off. It turns out they were married. He hasn't taken his wedding ring off. They have dinner and. They explore Krill space, and Krill warned them, "Don't go to this sector." Can't remember what sector. Don't go to this. Why? What happened? Oh, there's the Ancana speaks of demonic possession. Like, do you have any evidence? Or the Ancana says so. Like, okay, so they're dealing with a very fundamental religious society. Okay, you know what? I don't make those kind of judgments. All right, but fine. So they start exploring this region, and before they go, they offer up a prayer. He goes, "Oh, this is a prayer for those who are about to die." Like, ooh, very ominous. Okay, now what happens is they go to this region of space that is forbidden, and they encounter a satellite, and the Admiral Paul, he's on the away team, and he gets infected by something. They're not sure what it is. And so as we can see here, he ends up in the hospital bed in sick bay, and he is undergoing some sort of metamorphosis. Turns out that was a microspore, and it rewrites his genetic code. It's not an infection. It's their way of reproducing. Now, we've seen this idea done a couple different times. We saw it done on TNG, where Geordi was becoming some kind of lizard guy. And that happened to... I can't remember. It's let's see. It's actually, is it called Metamorphosis? No, it's called Identity Crisis.
We've done this on Stargate too a few times.
Yeah, they've done it on Stargate. It's the name of the episode is called Identity Crisis. And it turns out, like I said, it was their way of reproducing. And anyone who was on that planet was undergoing, on that away team a number of years ago, was undergoing some sort of metamorphosis. And as I said, that was a way of reproducing. Okay, yeah, okay. You know what? It's familiar ground, but you know what? They actually did do it. They did put a new twist on it, in that they couldn't bring this guy Paul back, this Admiral Paul back. They couldn't bring him back. And spoiler. Okay, spoiler. Sorry, everybody. They couldn't bring him back. They couldn't restore him to his state. And it turns out they have to make the decision to let him go. Claire was going to Claire was going to infect them with a virus because the effects made their DNA, their immune system compromised, and so the Krill guy was played by the same actor who played Silic and Romulan. Really? Oh, that's wow. I'm telling you, nitpicking nerds really on top of things. He's a treasure trove of information. Puts me to shame. I thought I knew my Star Trek. Yes, actually, turns out Barkley turned into a spider and the rest of the group changed into TG episode. That was called, I can't remember the name of the episode. I think it was called Menagerie. No, it wasn't called Menagerie.
That was one where they all devolved.
Yeah, they all devolved.
Yeah.
Because Barkley was a hypochondriac, and he says there's something wrong. I know there's something wrong. Turns out he had some kind of dormant gene, and they stimulated it, and it triggered a response. So, okay, but like I said, the crew's becoming infected, and Tala, the security officer. Oh man, Tala's actually had a really good episode. This one. Tala, yeah. Yeah, Alara is the previous one. Jessica Zora plays Tala, and she was a good find. She was a really good find. Well, she's Seth MacFarlane's ex-girlfriend. He has a habit of putting his ex-girlfriends in everything. So Jessica Zora is actually very good, but like I say, they can't restore his DNA. So, and there's another ship coming in. They have another distress signal. There's a mating call. And that's how they get lured in. They get lured in by a signal, by what they call the distress signal. So they have to abandon the crew, and so it's a hard lesson they have to learn. Now, you know what? Sometimes, you may not agree with the warning that you're given, but sometimes you have to heed it. The Krill. They said, the Krill was like, oh, there's demonic possession. Oh, and they figure out, that's what this would look like to society like the Krill. Demonic possession. So, as I've said, it's a hard lesson they have to learn, but they learn it. They're explorers, but that's part and parcel to what happens.
Well, this is kind of what happened with Stargate too. They went with, okay, well, we want older bad guys. We need a better bad guy. So they brought in the Wraith.
These aliens might be nitpicking here. These aliens might become a recurring villains, like biological. Yeah, because they.
Like the Wraith.
Yeah, because they said because they had to give them up, and they had to give them, and they go and is for now. The admiral will have knowledge of the Union's defenses. Yes, that's if he retains all his memories. Very good point there. Very good point. We've seen other races like this. There was a race in Voyager. I can't remember. They would reanimate corpses.
Yeah.
Actually, Kim Rhodes was very good in that episode. She played
She's a dead ensign, and then
yes,
she ended up coming back to Voyager.
Yes.
They rewrote her DNA
to
be their species because that's how they reproduce.
The name of the episode was called Ashes to Ashes.
Yeah.
And
that's what this is like.
Yes.
Too.
Like I said, this is a premise that's been done several times. However, they do it very well here. Now, the Orville is good. Now we're going to move on to the bad. Okay. I think CBS would be in Hulu's boat had they picked up Star Trek show that MacFarlane had pitched. I have a feeling that show was the Orville. That show was probably the Orville, because the Orville is just Star Trek: The Next Generation. And knowing CBS,
Voyager.
Yeah, well, knowing CBS, they probably said, get out of here, kid. Yeah, go make your little cartoons about fart jokes. We do real television here. Oh yeah, like what? Gouging people's eyes out. Like Sleepy Hollow, yeah, another Alex Kurtzman creation. Like what? Like what? Another Hawaii 5-0. Remember to touch my NDB thing after all the Admiral still communicate. Yes. So I don't think we've seen the last of these aliens. Okay, so that is the good. Now let's move on to the bad. Strange New World, Episode 6. This was titled, I don't know what the title of this is. This is Lift Us, oh no, Lift Us Where Suffering Cannot Reach.
Captain Pike does the giggity with Alien and Child Murderer.
Yes, Alien and she, well, I'm getting to that. One thing at a time. So yeah, so Captain Pike there's a shuttle that they're trying to rescue, and we find out that Captain Pike has a history with this very, very lovely alien woman, or so it would seem. She calls him Lieutenant Pike. Now, it sets up an interesting. The setup is good. I will give him that. The setup is good. I mean, okay, you have a good premise. They have a history together. Captain Pike is, hey, he's got great hair. Okay. Robot tentacles, lens flare, eye torture. That's right. No Timmy bumper? Oh, sorry. Hold on. I forgot to play the Timmy bumper.
Timmy.
It's time for This Week in Trek. With that, okay, just so you know, and I'm sure Nitpicking Nerd has seen that before, just so everybody knows, this right here. We have given that poor guy more character development than he's had in 3 seasons. One trauma blockage at a time. Okay, so like I said, apparently you have this sort of idyllic world. Okay. You have this idyllic world, and Captain Pike is doing the giggity with this very lovely lady here. And everything is right. Everybody's very involved, and there's a kid, and the kid, they call him the kid First Citizen. He's the first citizen. It's a big honor. The first citizen. And he's gonna, they have this thing, Ascension. So,
Kill that kid, aren't they?
yeah. So we both said they're gonna kill the kid. We don't know how, but they're gonna kill the kid.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're building this up, and the kid is like, wow, hey, he's a smart kid. He's very well educated for his age, very mature. And so there's a faction actually within this society that we kind of forgot about because it's the episode's kind of bad. But there is a faction within the society that doesn't like it. They pay lip service to it, really. They only showed it a couple times, maybe once. They're like isolationists. Well, I don't think they're isolationists, but they want to break with tradition. So there's an attempt on her life. Okay. There's a ceremony, yada, yada. Okay. And Dr. Mbenga's kid in the pattern buffer gets to know the first citizen there for a little while. And it turns out that it's not what it seems. So as it turns out, they're going to hook this kid up to a machine that's going to suck the life out of him. Quite literally suck the life out of him. Now, okay. I don't have a problem with the premise. With the basic premise is it's a good premise. However, you don't do a whole lot with it. And it's been done better in other places. This whole thing about the first citizen, okay, we're never really told what would happen if they don't hook the kid up to the machine. It's hinted at. Oh, well, there'll be acid in the sky and fire and rain, blah, 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 blah. But there's no real stakes. Substance D says they're bored with TV. Yeah, well, so we are. So am I.
Us
Would
too.
you agree that they really don't say what would happen if they don't hook the kid up to the machine? They hint at it. Oh, the world's gonna go to hell. Okay, but what evidence? Show me how it was. Show me, don't tell, show. That's the thing. At least tiny robot tentacles didn't go through the kid's eyes. Yeah. Thank God for little small favors. But like I said, they don't give you any indication that there was anything to lose by not hooking the kid up to the machine.
They did it for funsies.
Which makes me think that this is all BS. Okay, listen. There's a story I read in an English class years ago. It's well known, very well known. Shirley Jackson's The Lottery. Now, it's supposed to be a morality lesson about conformity and paranoia and superstition. But at the same time, I didn't get anything other than that this is stupid. What is sacrifice? What does stoning someone to death have to do with making your crops grow? They implied floating cities will fall to the sky without the machine needs the kid's nervous system. But you'd think that they're okay. You know what? Yeah, they implied that. Yeah, they were floating cities. They implied that, but I kind of would like to have seen evidence of that. And couldn't they hook up some sort of artificial thing to substitute, because your nervous system is just electrical patterns. Your nervous system is just electrons firing. I'm sure the Enterprise doctors could fire up something that would substitute it. Somehow the machine was able to continue function after the previous one died and had time to, yeah. Was it a matter of, hey, the previous kid rotted corpse down there? Was a matter of, hey, nobody's checked on the kid in a while. Yeah, we better see how he's doing. Oh, yeah. I guess it's time to find out the first citizen. I mean, come on. It's not like water in a plant here, people.
Did they turn him into a corpsicle in that?
Yeah, they turned him into a corpsicle.
It's a psyop.
Couldn't they figure out how to...
I still say it's a psyop.
Couldn't they figure out how to power it by drawing off the impulses generated by hot chicks motorboating old dudes? I like the way you think, Steve Botham. Like the way you think.
I think it's a psyop.
I don't think it's a psyop. I just think it's bad writing. They're trying to jump on. They're trying to jump on something here.
They're trying to jump on the think of the children thing, and it's a psyop to get
Oh,
everybody
someone
thinking
please think of the children.
But
like I said, though, I mean, they could easily just replicate some sort of biofilter that would function the same and just hook it up to a freaking battery. Am I the only one who thinks of these things? You know, you don't have to do this. The Enterprise has technology that could easily replicate his brain functions and his nervous system. Oh, no, it's tradition. Well, you know what? Your tradition is stupid, okay? Oh, for fuck's sake. Why? Why am I not writing Star Trek? Because I have half a brain. That's why.
Unfortunately, you're overqualified.
Have you ever read Shirley Jackson's The Lottery? No, like I said, it's about conformity. It's like that's what obviously this is ripped off from. Oh, it's such a great honor to be the first citizen. Like, yeah, except you're gonna fucking kill the kid. An honor for who? This is where I get going. This is the kind of shit you people make me think of.
What's going on?
The big loud guy.
Am I in trouble?
No, you're not in trouble, Zabu. The cat thinks he's in trouble now because I'm starting to get loud. Because girls' nervous systems are just as good as boys to power evil machines. Get a potato. Hook a potato up to it, for God's sake. If a potato can run a clock, you can hook a potato up to this machine. That's all you need.
They needed a child, Rob.
They needed a child.
Because
Why?
the psyop to get everybody socially conditioned to
Hate to
either
say-
or I think it's to desensitize people to when the lizard people who eat children are finally exposed.
Oh, but he gives himself freely. He gives himself freely. Yeah, I get it.
It's social conditioning to get you to accept the lizard people's taking the children for adrenochrome.
See, he gives himself freely. Yeah, but something tells me he wouldn't give himself freely if he knew what was going to happen.
Well, see, that's all part of the social conditioning. This is the psyop. They're trying to normalize this is the kid drag shows and the killing the kids and into that's why they keep doing it all the time or allowing it to happen.
Yeah, Gladys.
I think it's a psyop.
The cake is a lie.
The kid is a lie.
Yeah, they would never let them join the Federation if they know this was happening. All of a sudden, Landry wasn't so bad. No, they just had Red Hour every day. They mentioned the next child victim will be a girl. It's a gender equal machine. Yeah, because something tells me that they'll be all turn around on that equality. On equality. Well, no, fuck that. For God's sake, people. Like I said, the more you think about it, the more angry I get about this. Yeah, Landry wasn't so bad. I'll take Nomad at this point. I am Nomad. Sterilize, 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 sterilize. For crying out loud. But how long of a shelf life do these kids have? They never mentioned it. But like I said, they could have just, why not say, again, yeah, we're monetized. Yeah, senior sticks.
I'm going live right after.
Yeah, Mecca's going to be going live right after. So I'm not, I've been live for 32 minutes. Well, okay, I'm not going to go a whole lot longer. But
I'm live for 420 then.
Yeah. But anyway, so like I said, the Enterprise technology that the Federation has, the Enterprise, listen, they can say we can substitute this. You don't have to sacrifice children to the machine. I take V'ger if it has a hot chick like Ialea. Yeah. So this is the price they pay. Okay, I get it. This is the price. This is the scene. This is the price. It's everything's not as they seem. This is the price you pay for having a idyllic society. You could have showed the history books of society before you started feeding kids to the machine. For fuck's sake. This is the kind of shit that pisses me off. Okay.
Why they take the kiddies to the drag shows?
Episode 4. Now we really get to talk about something fun. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's see if Rob can get canceled now. Let's see at what point does my stream get shut off for being overtly racist. As we're not, it's for crying out loud. Space Aztecs. Wait, did they rip off another? Probably. See, okay, I looked up who wrote this episode. It was somebody named it was somebody, let me see, hold on. I'm trying to find the IMDb thing here. Oh yeah.
Geraldine. How come I sound like Geraldine? For Christ's sake. This is the hell that's my life. All right. It was Robin something or other. Robin, what the frick was her name? What the frick was her name? Not that. What the frick is her name? Episode 6. Lift us where it's called. Lift us where suffering cannot review. Written by, oh, for God's sake. Directed by somebody named Andy Armaganian, who directed Arrow, Cell CW shows. No, directed 10 credits. Yeah, it's all CW shows. Stargirl, Arrow, MacGyver. Yeah, Alex Kurtzman joints. Written by CBS Toronto, color Dolby Atmos. For God's sake, where's the freaking writers on this one? See more cast details, IMDb Pro. I don't want cast details. I want who the writers. And who frick wrote this? Darth Michael Burnham ruined Obi-Wan too. Yes. Well, it seems a good idea to avoid new Star Wars, Trek, and Marvel shows. Oh, God, yeah, we could talk about Ms. Marvel, too. If this were suffering, cannot reach us. It's by Robin something or other. Robin something or other. God, what the frick's her name? But she wrote, but she's a YA author. Yeah, she's a YA author. She wrote a couple television episodes, but she has very little in the way of sci-fi bona fides. What the frick is that noise? Somebody's outside. Yeah, she has very, very little in terms of sci-fi bona fides. Mostly YA stuff. Like, why is YA stuff still a thing? Why do they keep doing YA? I mean, why do they keep getting YA authors? Do they work cheap? I mean, what's going on? It must be the case. Young adult. I mean, yeah, this is all CW level writing. Okay, so let's move on to Obi-Wan. Oh boy, this is bad. So Obi-Wan is in a back to tank, and so freaking now. Listen. Oh my God, I just can't believe people are excited about this. Some people, not everybody. Hope the writers and representatives of the writers go after bad robots for taking another's work. I hope so too. The whole thing about Obi-Wan is it wouldn't be so bad if it just were more consistent. Leia is either Lisa Simpson or she is an imbecile. Moses Ingram is a terrible, terrible actress. She is, oh my God, she is just off the charts bad. Yeah, in a back to tank, just like Bobby Feet. Imagine, yeah. They keep going back to tanks in this in things. The back to tanks is their cure all for everything. In A New Hope, Vader has the idea of letting heroes escape, putting trackers to find rebels. Turns out, stole that idea from Darth Burnham. Yeah. Well, yeah, she's gonna be the. That's a pretty obvious thing to do, but it turns out she's gonna be the Alpha and the Omega. It's like you discovered when you said Spock only became man because everything's gonna be her. Everything's gonna be because of her. So okay, so God, it's just like, where do you begin in how bad this is? It's beyond terrible, and the fact that you have to call people ists and phobes to justify it just means you know how bad it is. You know how bad it is. You know it's terrible. You know Moses Ingram is a bad actress. You just what? You know how bad Moses Ingram. They know how bad Moses Ingram is an actress. It's Reva. That's right. I think here's season 3 is on Paramount here. Name column. Okay. I don't understand. I don't understand how this is so bad. And I keep saying, you were better off, Disney as a company and as a manager of this property, sitting on it. Just buy it, sit on it, reissue the toys, re-release the movies, than doing this. All you do is tainted what came before. Moses Ingram has that part. Or bad acting. Just didn't you admit you're a spy? Remember that part? You admit. She turns into a Muppet. Oh, admit you're a spy. She's either Grover or she's Foxy Love. There's no in between. I will find you, Obi-Wan. Feet don't fail me now. Yeah, but this is my channel. It's getting.
You be racist on your own channel.
Yes. Sweet googly boogly. The Obi-Wan is getting away. Oh my! But that's what they reduced her to. Listen, if you don't like it, me hearing tough shit. Okay, you know what? But you reduced this woman and her character into a stereotype. And I have no problem saying that.
Well, maybe she is the stereotype. I mean, you know that there were people of color in Star Wars.
The Foxy Five. See, the Foxy Five, yeah. Hey, Greg Kirby, how you doing? And so, like I said, Darth Vader's about to throttle her at the end. Puts a tracker on the ship. Turns out it's a cute little robot. This, you know what? A whole lot of nothing happens in this episode, really. This episode's really nothing happens. 45 minutes, not a damn thing happens. We're at the same point we were from the start at the beginning. An episode ago. You might as well just skip this episode. If you skip this episode and just watch episode 3, then go to the next week, you wouldn't miss anything. Yeah, they should have put little Leia in the machine from Strange New Worlds. Her force powers would explain how it makes cities in the sky float. I don't quite understand what the Orville is doing on Paramount Network. It's just all distribution rights. It's just foreign distribution rights. Yeah, I mean, someone once asked me, how can the BBC not have the rights to certain shows? I said, well, because the distribution, they take it and then they sell it to. They just sell it to the whoever has the best bid. Like PBS, Public Broadcasting, had the rights to Sherlock when it was broadcast in America. Why does this show exist? Feel bad for people who wanted a Kenobi show. No, did anybody really want a Kenobi show? I don't think anybody really did. I don't think anybody wanted a Kenobi show. Okay, listen, I have the notes here from that we used to make the trailer. Okay, he's stealing food for his space camel. He gauges in manual labor. Is discount Reva's will discount Lashana Lynch. He deals with unfair labor practices. He's riding public transit. He gives Trio to his space camels. He has PTSD flashbacks. He plays Santa. Flea. He has a Game Gear, and he's a broken hero. He also suffers from Jedi dysfunction, and he has to use Force GPS. So what happened to Paramount Plus? We aren't paying extra for Paramount Network. I'm not sure. Sandra Hamslack. Yeah, Ewan McGregor wanted to pay. Okay, listen. This was originally supposed to be an Obi-Wan movie. This was originally supposed to be a movie, one of the Star Wars Stories movies. But after Solo bombed, they put the nix on that. And it took Kathleen Kennedy how many months? 6 months to figure out, oh my God, this is the same story as the Mandalorian. From what I've read, originally, this was supposed to be Obi-Wan protecting Luke from Darth Maul. Kathleen Kennedy said, no, we can't have that. We can't have you protecting a male character. Leia's the queen bitch around here, just like me. And again, you have another brown-haired woman with a British accent in this thing. I'm so sick of the hero deconstruction trope. Yeah, I want to see heroes be heroes. I don't want to see them depressed. I don't want to see but we're subverting expectations. No. I hate subverting expectations. I hate them. If I want a meatball sub, don't give me a veggie platter. I want my meatball sub. Overall, the original scripts sound way more interesting than what we got. Screw if it was too similar to the Mandalorians. This is this crap. Yeah. You know, Uncle Owen and Baru miniseries. Oh, please don't give me any ideas. Not going to cover the room. Reva, how is it going to get it? No, they just announced that. They planted that story just to make a point. It's getting quite boring. They picked the same female protagonist. Yes. How about a Jar Jar Binks series? Anything, man. Order a steak, give me tofu, I'm going to throw it in your face and walk out. Yeah, same. The whole thing, again, nothing really happens in this. We see more bad acting from Moses Ingram. We see more nonsensical plot points, and nothing happens. Yes, things do happen along the way, but nothing of impact. You're at the same place you were at the beginning of the last episode. Riding the transport. I will find you, Obi-Wan. Crying out loud. All right, you know what? I'm just what's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen now. Where can this go? How can they wrap this up? If the rumors are true that they're going to have Obi-Wan fail and Moses Ingram's character Reva, as she sacrifices herself. You know what? People are going to raise all holy hell. Before trying to subvert expectations, they should work on meeting and exceeding those expectations. Yes. I don't know what that is. Ice Cream Man? There was an article where Disney's trying to figure out why the Galactic Star Cruisers, maybe, but yeah, they're trying to figure out why the Galactic Star Cruiser is failing. We can all tell them for free. That maybe. Okay, so I spent enough time on this. Okay, so no, he hasn't started sucking titty milk from walnuts. All right, so that's enough of this. I am going to proceed to the superhero SmackDown. I have listen. I have nothing against the young lady who plays Kamala Khan, but at the same time, who is this for?
Teenage girls.
Yeah, it's for teenage girls. I don't doubt that, but at the same time, this is what a teenage girl's idea of living in the Marvel universe would look like. Oh my God, it's so great for representation. I'm like, yes, it's so great for representation. Yeah, representing. It's so great for representing all those Pakistani girls who want to be more like the whitest woman in the galaxy. I really have a problem with a lot of the artistic choices. It's trying really hard to be Scott Pilgrim, but I didn't particularly like Scott Pilgrim. Yes, teenage girls haven't been buying Miss Marvel comics. Why would they suddenly care about her now? Well, because it's on TV. And that's the other thing. This comic has been canceled several times. What makes you think it's going to work on television? And granted, it was watchable. Okay? It's for tween girls written by someone with mental capacity of a tween. It's for Sana Amanat. This is her brainchild. Here's the thing, okay? If you've noticed that the majority of these stories, whether it's Gotham High, this Miss Marvel, what was the other one? The stupid Starfire thing there. I Am Not Starfire. A lot of these stories, they all take place in high school, and they're all about the same thing, about the girl who wants to be popular. She thinks she's going to win the cosplay contest, and that's going to make her popular. I guarantee you that she thinks having superpowers is going to make her popular.
She doesn't want to be helpful.
She doesn't want to be helpful. No, she doesn't want to be helpful. She doesn't want to be helpful. She doesn't want to be.
She wants to save people.
She doesn't want to save people. She wants to be popular. And what happened with Peter Parker when he wanted to be popular and use his powers?
He turned into Venom and he danced like a dork.
No, well, not like that. Uncle Ben died. Remember, he tried to be a wrestler.
Okay. Yes.
He was going to use his powers to make money.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Ben died. Again, so this is all right, it starts out the whole thing about we see she goes for her driving tests and she's got this elaborate fantasy world. Oh, it's Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel, she idolizes Carol Danvers, Brie Larson, the Brie Larson version of Carol Danvers. Why would anybody idolize her?
They're being paid to.
Yeah, they're being paid to. But the whole problem is, again, another problem with this is, and this is the most significant problem, that this was written about 2 or 3 years ago or whatever, maybe 2 years ago. It's been delayed a bunch of times. This was written when they thought Brie Larson and Captain People was going to be the linchpin of the MCU. And that alone makes it horribly dated. Because we've seen recently, they're trying everything they can to downplay her presence in the MCU. They're basing things on only happy memory we have, high school. The only happy memory they have, high school. Like how we had that Hellfire Gala. That was a bad prom. Yeah. I said, Sana Amanat, again, this is a stand-in for her. And we see, like, again, what it looks like to live in the MCU through the eyes of a 16-year-old girl. Pardon me. I gotta get a bottle of water. Hang on. I get it. This happens when we self-produce, people. So, I also got sodas. So I'm gonna make myself coffee later. Her superpowers are hating men. But the whole other thing is, she really doesn't have a hero's journey. The character didn't have it in the comics. Didn't have a hero's journey. She gets powers because she's bored. She's bored. Tony Stark shows up with Carol Danvers and Steve Rogers. Hey, you're a good kid. Here's some powers. And here she gets powers by accident. She puts on a bracelet, and all of a sudden she gets powers. And then, okay, again, this is a whole thing. There are parts of this I did like. And obviously, this isn't, as the saying goes, this isn't made for me. But still, at the same time, I should be able to appreciate it on some level. I don't. There are bits of this I do like. I like the parents. I like the brother. I like the kid. What's the other kid's name? Her friend? Doogie Howser, whatever it is. You know, and the parents obviously like him. Her big thing is she wants to go to AvengerCon. She wants to go to AvengerCon. Okay, fine. And this is the level of writing. We're saying, wait a minute. If you want to go to AvengerCon, then have your little friend ask, hey, Kamala would like to go to AvengerCon. We would like to go to AvengerCon. I'm going to be there with her. I'm going to make sure nothing happens to her. How are you going to get there? We're going to take the bus. Okay, fine. But no, she comes up with this elaborate plan. Take the bus. When you're rewriting the show for them on the fly, that's a bad sign. Didn't the comics have Ms. Marvel get her powers from the Terrigen Mists? I think she's an Inhuman in the comics. The Terrigen event, yeah, I think so. Yeah, when Black Bolt released the Terrigen Mists into the Void, was it the Void? Not the Void. What was it? Here's the female version of the classic power fantasy. Guy gets powers, makes himself special. Girl gets powers, she's already special. Yeah, that's actually, yeah. That's, yeah. Well, yeah, she's already special. That's the thing. She doesn't need to do anything, but she's already special. I just, like I said, everything around this character is more interesting than the character itself. How does that happen? I'll tell you how it happens, because you have people who don't know a thing about writing. It wasn't Black Bolt at all. It was the other dude. Yeah, I read it. I can't remember it off the top of my head now. But the whole thing, and I don't see this getting any better. Okay, that's me. If it does, yeah, I'll gladly tell you. And if I like it, I'll gladly tell you. This suffers from, as someone said, as Clint Matthews said, the guy gets powers and makes himself special. Girl gets powers, she's already special. That's the problem here. There's nothing special about this character. There is no hero's journey. Again, Now, could there be a hero's journey? There could be, but I don't think we're going to see it. I don't think we're going to see anything. She's already special. She just, good is not something you are. Good is something you do. Everybody's just going to be fawning over her now in episode 2. You already saw it. Remember, you saw it. She had powers, and the other girl was like, "Oh my God, are you available for parties? I instantly like you now." Again, the father is more interesting. The mother's more interesting. The brother's more interesting. The other kid is more interesting. The ambiguously gay guidance counselor is more interesting. Wee Willie Winky. You might as well call him that. Yes, among Star Trek stars to appear in an adaptation of Superman for Anson Mount. Anson Mount guest starred episode Smallville as Adrian Holmes. And Literature Devil actually does a great compare and contrast. It's it's about 28 minutes or so. It's about maybe a half hour, but it is well worth your time to watch it. Played on 1.5 speed. You can go through it in about maybe 15 minutes, comparing Ms. Marvel to actually Daredevil, not Peter Parker, to Daredevil. Because the idea was that there are superheroes whose faith are intertwined or are a big part of their identity. And the closest analog to that is Matt Murdock. And how his faith puts him at odds with what he does. I don't get it. I just don't. Again, we're seeing again. And believe it or not, I'm curious to see what She-Hulk looks like.
I think it's gonna be good.
I think it might be good. There's a good chance it'll be good. She-Hulk is a good character. When I was reading comics, She-Hulk was a member of Fantastic Four, and she was a good character. Double speed. Well, 1.5 times Sandra Hammerslag. 1.5 times. Okay. But I don't see this getting any better because there's just really nowhere for this to go. Oh, girls from Jersey City don't save the world. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, just shut up. And they have the whole pout session on the roof. It's just not an interesting character. And I don't know who this is going to be geared toward. Again, it's geared toward girls, but I don't think they're going to watch this because girls don't like superheroes. Generally, there are ones that do. Boys aren't going to watch this. Superhero fans aren't going to watch this. So this is for an audience of nobody. This is an audience of one, Sana Amanat. She wants to, and there comes a time where that after failure after failure after failure, she wants to prove a point, and she doesn't care. She does not care. You know why? Because she's from a wealthy family, and she's ruined Marvel over the last decade. And by the time she's done, she'll ruining Marvel. They'll never fire her. Oh well, I was president of creative control in Marvel. I'm like, what did you do? Ran the company to the ground. She'll just go work for a hedge fund. Yeah, even Raylos won't watch this. The other thing too is all this stuff around, and this suffers from another thing. This suffers from the same problem as Into the Spider-Verse did. They fill the screen with so much visual stimuli, and I get it. It's supposed to be a colorful way and how she sees the world and the world around her, but it's distracting. It really is. It's distracting. It's almost to say, hey, look over here. so that you don't notice how bad this really is. All right. I don't see this getting any better. Let's look up some animal news.
You need a special reporter for that.
Animal news? Maybe. Ooh, this is a good one. I love kitty cats now. Kitty cats are nice. But sometimes they can get a little too up close and personal. Just as this the case of this. Mountain lion wanders into classroom at California high school, officials say. Custodial staffers were preparing to open Pescadero High School when they found the baby lion hiding in their desk in a classroom. The cub, 6 to 8 months old, was removed safely. A mountain lion cub wandered into California high school Wednesday. And there's an animal walking by. It was being trapped in a classroom by a custodian before being safely removed hours later. Has been. That makes no sense. Proofread your shit. Officials said the mountain lion made its way into Pescadero High School in San Mateo County. Is 6 to yes, Mickey Tuscadero High School. 6 to 8 months old and likely an orphan, according to the Oakland Zoo. Aww, which is now caring for the animal. Oh, and there's a picture of him. The cub was discovered just before 8:30 when Wednesday the custodial staff was preparing to open the school, but San Mateo County Sheriff's Office spokesperson said it was removed Wednesday afternoon and had been tranquilized for capture and transport. Oh, there's the little guy. Here's a better picture of the mountain lion inside the class. Oh, he's pretty big.
And baby.
No students and staff were ever in danger as the school was not in session yet. It's not clear how the mountain lion entered the school at Pescadero, a small community near the coast, 30 miles west of San Jose. A custodian shut the door to the English classroom, keeping the cub inside as the California Department of Fish and Wildlife was called. They tried to let it out on its own, but the mountain lion did not leave. It was likely lost and scared, spokesperson said. Students and staff were sent home for the day as a precaution, the sheriff's office said. The mountain lion will be sent to a zoo, the Oakland Zoo said. A lot of saids. It said the animal is too young to survive alone. Mountain lions spend their first 2 years learning from their mothers, and no other mountain lions have been seen in the area. The animal is a male and is underweight, but otherwise healthy, the zoo said. He was found under a teacher's desk and was calm. Oh, poor guy. Poor guy. Look at him. Don't worry, buddy. You're gonna be taken really good care of. Okay. So there you go. Mountain lion. He's gonna be living out this day. He's living in a zoo, the Oakland Zoo. So he's like he's all like, I'm so scared. What happened? So there you go. Mountain lion, safe and sound at the Oakland Zoo now. So that's about it. Everybody, that we're at 1 hour, 8 minutes. It should be clear how the wild animal got. Okay, yeah. Actually, Mecca's going to be doing a stream very soon. Yes, the Russian couple. Yes, I am Puma. Those Sasha, I can't remember, is Anna, I think is her name is. It's basically a massive kitty cat. Yes, and that is actually 30% undersized. Everyone, thank you for joining me. Thanks, Nitpicking Nerd, for hanging out. Thank you, Clint Matthews, Steve Botham, Kevin 6, Cleric, Steve, Cleric 49, Phonebox Chicken, Cinder Hammer Slag, Donnie Pearson, Greg Kirby, Clint Matthews, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Senior Sticks, everybody. Curtis Burkhart, Sean Russell, Cesario Japan's, everybody. Every too numerous to name. Everybody have a good rest of your day. Mecca is going to be starting her stream here in a couple of minutes. Head on over to her channel. Do we have is there a Mecca raid button? I don't know.
I don't know. We can raid from YouTube anymore.
Yeah, you can now. You can, but I don't know if I could do. I can't. I don't think I could do it from here.
You might not have it.
Oh, David Pat, thank you for joining us. Everybody, have a good rest of your Sunday. Go to Mecca's channel and go see. She's going to be doing a cooking stream, and we will have some nachos. And I bought a couple bottles of soda. I'm going to be having one of those, even though it's really bad for me. And everybody, Thank you for spending your Sunday afternoon with me, and we will catch you next time.